I feel like Ellen bouncing into my chair before the reading. So welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. My name is Desiree DeMars, and it is Saturday, April 16th. It's a little overcast today. It's kind of nice and cool, and we had a lot of rain, and it feels springy. There's flowers everywhere. In fact, my big, beautiful plant that's usually here has now been transferred to the garden. It is outside, so it's not here to be a lovely background for us. But, please, and I hope the noise isn't too bad in the background. I've got windows open, so hopefully we'll get through the reading without something crazy happening. And I already did a blessing, a prayer of intention. And so I hope that something within this reading today is of benefit for you and also of benefit to all those you come in contact with. And so we can take a moment to just ground ourselves. I feel like, these days you can't ground yourself enough. Just with all the chaos, the craziness, the transformation, the transfiguration that's happening to us, around us, just imagine with the next few breaths, you can just let all of that go and settle into its own equilibrium in the field around you and expand your own field even to an even greater degree than that by simply acknowledging this beautiful, brilliant white light that comes down from the heavens, surrounds you, is all around us, and acknowledges that our hearts are open with gratitude and appreciation for this wisdom here today, coming through the sacred symbols, through the bones, and that divine white light is always there. We are a part of it, and it is us. And just feel that anchoring you all the way down to the center of the earth. Just feel that connection to the divine feminine, Mother Earth, Pachamama, and feel how that allows you to kind of just let go and surrender to this greater level of awareness that we actually are, this divine plasmic light that we represent in the physical form. Yes, there's duality, but there's also multiplicity in all aspects of us, right? When we are flowing, when there's movement. I think I shared a couple of months ago, I had a little download about I am, the I am presence being intention, attention, and movement. We are part of a holo movement. We know, physicists know now, it's a spiraling through space. So just imagine we're flying through space, we're spiraling the universe. And now that you're grounded and relaxed and just breathing, being aware of your breath, just knowing that this toroidal field that we exist in, that everything exists in toroidal fields at every level of every dimension of time and space. And that allows the opening of our chakras so that all of our chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. And then with that, it emits this gorgeous rainbow light into the field. Emanate the frequencies of joy, peace, strength, courage, gratitude, humility, and divine love, so that those chakras are open: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white again. Rainbow light sprinkled with divine white light like a diamond in the sky. And imagine then above you even further is this awareness of the superconscious, the ascended masters, the angelics, and they bring about this sense of a stream or thread of direct connection to source, of the golden, the alchemy, the power within to transform lead to gold. You know, we are the lead. The day to day is the lead. It's our challenges. It's our transformational process. And with our consciousness and bringing awareness of that light body, of that we are pure and divine light, we are activating that golden that golden wisdom, the golden nuggets, right, that are within us, because we are our own medicine. And just feel that golden light then warming the heart, activating and synchronizing the heart, the head, the gut, right, creating a resonance of beautiful holographic, holo flow, holy flow, right? Holy flow, Batman. You know, we just have to laugh at ourselves sometimes too, and just laugh at all of this because we're just making it all up as we go, aren't we? So with that said, and that laughter lifting you, right? Even further, allow yourself to feel aligned with your guides, angels, teachers, guardians, the two-legged, four-legged, winged ones, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers, and all of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended, and are now here guiding us through the wisdom of the bones, right? The wisdom of the sacred symbols. So I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths again and blow 3 times into the basket with me. Blowing your intention from your heart that you may receive exactly what you needed to receive today, what you needed to hear, what you needed to sense, feel, understand, and knowing that through you, something external, it's possible that in the next day or two, maybe a week even, and during this week, you will see, feel, or understand something greater from this wisdom. So I'm going to tip the screen down, try to get it right in there. And here we go. Yeah, kind of tight today. Wow. That was interesting. What have we got here? Really odd configuration today. Not odd, but just like unusual. Not odd, anything wrong. I'm going to tip this up a little bit so you might be able to see it better. But you know, a lot going on here, a lot going on here, and then a lot of space around. And wow, you know, so interesting right off the bat. Here's the inquiry, the question or the hope or dream. Here you are, and you're facing down. So there's something about insight. Yeah, a double whammy here. It's an incredible time. Well, it's we have a full moon today, and this is all about reflection, this abalone shell. And when we are facing downward like we are, it's like, you know, we're looking at more of what's internal, and what's underneath it is this base chakra and sea lily, which I've shared before, is like this gorgeous, amazing giant sea lilies that lived when there was a lot more ocean on the land. And so the metaphor or the symbol for that is the grounding is their roots, right? The roots were incredibly grounded to be able to maintain their position in the mud, in the sand. And yet then all the life that was around at the base was supporting multiple levels of life. And then the vertebrae themselves, they had kind of like little vertebrae, just like we do. So this beautiful idea that, you know, they were able to flow and move, right? Ebb and flow with the tides, with the currents, and then create this incredibly beautiful lily at the top, right? So it's, it's almost like our own journey, right? Through the storm. And, it's hard to see. One of these days I'll get a camera from above and we'll be able to see then. This is a beautiful red coral rose, so there's the sea lily, right? Just like it's right there too, it's a little hidden. Part of it is there. And part of it is the beauty and the strength and powers in the roots, right? And it's peeking up. And then we have, this is so interesting. Here's the inquiry kind of opening up to the world, right? To the greater perspective of things. That's what's going on. And it's something, that whatever you're asking about, we're all inquiring about here today is, about what is sacred. That's a huge question for me these days. What is sacred and what does it take for people to honor and respect the sacred in all things, the sacred that supports us, this planet? I don't know. Why are we having a war? The war has never been an answer to anything. Everyone has a heart. One of my teachers say that a lot. Everyone has a heart. And of course, it doesn't mean that we just all have physical hearts. It just means, we are all resonating. We're all beating. Our hearts are all beating simultaneously, energetically. This is about frequency. It's about a frequency. It's about energy. Here's the Father. And this is what, and here's the divine feminine. And we're at a fork in the road, right? So there's a fork in the road. What's important is to speak your truth, to create ceremony, to create things of beauty, to be of service, to in the way that you don't have to run out and start a business or anything, but hang up a shingle. It could just be the beauty in your own heart, the beauty of your mind. Be at peace and clarity in the mind, right? And express that through your being, because express that through your passion. What are you passionate about? And what are you willing to stand up for? What are you willing to defend and raise to a higher level, right? And here we are in a huge transfiguration, right? Our blueprint, here's the great mystery. So interesting, just like us, turned upside down. So we're not going to see it all right now. In fact, we know that in the next couple of years, astrologically, is going to be very challenging because we're going through huge shifts in our DNA. That is big time here. And I could just, I was just going to say, sure enough, I know the sun is nearby. Look at all this planetary energy here. But the sun, we're going through the photon belt. The sun is having like insanely crazy transitions to or emitting different frequencies, fire, it's just, it's so intense, and this is very intense too. Here we have Uranus, Venus, Saturn, and the moon. Wow, what a jumble. And then the Earth. Oh, and there's more. And we have the Earth and we have Neptune. So that's interesting. Neptune's kind of like saying, move forward, even through the fog, all right? Things aren't clear here. We're in the midst of a soul retrieval too on Earth. I think that's what's happening with Mother Earth, right? Soul retrieval, soul remembering. And she's shaking it up. She's doing what she's got to do to try to rebalance. What's key is the feminine. That has been a theme for years now, but it's true. It's the re-honoring of the feminine, of bringing the feminine back in the mother. This is your mother. Bringing that into alignment. This is the eye of God. Bringing it back into alignment with the God self, the God within us, and the God, the direct source to God that we know. And honoring the mother that brought us into the world. Here's the mother touching the earth, right? We need to rediscover ourselves on a soul level, right? Have the soul remembering, and then co-create with one another, the two, right? We know that 1 and 1 equals more than 2, right? But We've got to co-create. Unity is diversity, and that's where our power is. This is third chakra. It's like having a rebirth. We're going through a rebirth. We really need to take a look within, look in your own feminine power, your own soul's remembering. Frog is here, kind of on his side. That's so interesting. Right next to crown chakra, almost standing on it. And there's the shaman with a piece inside. This is kind of unusual too. There's amulet, which is about like the medicine within, right? Be your own healer, heal thyself. This is the wisdom of these days here, these years. Healer, heal thyself. I know, we're having a lot of overwhelm too, because here's Jupiter really saying kabam, like amplifying everything, making everything bigger. And so everything does feel bigger than it actually is, even though it is intense and that's real. What is happening, this transformation that's happening to our planet, that's happening to us because of the sun, because of these planetary influences, right? Structures are falling apart. It's asking us, it's begging us to say, what is your truth, love, and beauty about? What do you value, right? What do you value? What do you feel in your heart? What's your heart's path? And, just know things are going to happen sudden and unexpectedly. And we're going to have to roll with the punches, and go with it and be in our power around it, right? Co-create with one another, co-create with the higher forces. And trust your emotions. I know, our emotions, our thoughts and feelings aren't real, so to speak, but, they can be guideposts. They're symbolic. They're symbolic of what's going on. And there's something yet unborn. That's what Eagle Condor is looking at. What is yet not created? And what do you want to create? Intention requires attention in order to move forward, right? Intention, attention, movement. It's all about movement, keeping it moving. And that's not to say things have to move fast. It's just saying, I'm sure, I know I want things to move faster than they are, because I don't know, 2 more years of this, a year even, just sounds like unbearable. It's exhausting. But the truth is, it's happening for a reason, and it is affecting all of us in our work in the world, and what we're being provided. I mean, look at the transportation debacle. Things. It's hard to get things. The prices of everything is going up. And here's a little cluster out here, and this greater circle is about, again, communication, Mercury, transformation, and cutting away what no longer works, really grounding ourselves and looking at that childlike part of ourselves, the childlike masculine part of ourselves, and the young masculine in ourselves. What needs to be let go of and released? That's part of this journey, because the masculine is out of balance. The masculine is asking to a reboot. Yeah. New frequency, new way of seeing. Here's third eye, and then speaking truth. This is talking stick with the throat chakra right in the middle of it, right? Speaking truth, even if it's maybe a little scary, not acceptable by some. But you know what? If it's too much for someone, or it's not enough, whatever, it's, bless them. Just, put it out there with a blessing that it lands with ease and grace. And always then just remember returning back to what the greater vision is, right? And moving toward the vision, focusing on the vision, focusing on the outcome, the goals that you want, the desired reality of what it is you're looking for in your life. And that brings us right back around to where we started. So I'm going to make this short and sweet today, because I had a really long reading yesterday, a 3-hour reading, and then I did a short reading for someone before this. So I hope this resonates with you today in some way, or you have one golden nugget that just landed for you, and it's a benefit for you and for all those you come in contact with. And again, I thank you all for joining me, and if there's anything of importance, I'll post it in the notes below the recording. And if there's anything new or of interest that I feel that, that's I haven't shared with you, you all know you can check out my website, just DesireeDemars.com. And on my website, you can find out more about booking a personal reading, a group reading, healings, BQH hypnosis, or life coaching, which I call evolutionary coaching, which is based on the work of William Whitecloud and magnetic mind. I'm a certified magnetic mind coach. And yeah, and all that's about honoring and really embodying the creator that we are. The creators, what do we want to create? If you're looking for astrological information that's really digestible, I recommend Molly McCord or Pam Gregory. I love both of them. And, they're the kind of astrologers that I feel like when I listen to them, they're giving me a reading, a personal reading. It's always mind-boggling, emotionally, spiritually. And I know Pam says that a lot. It's like, rather than focusing on, we know all the doom and gloom and dread that's happening, but what is it that we want to create? We're the creators. What are we going to create? And I've said this before, the beautiful quote by Einstein about, that what created, what is, we have to step out of that in order to create the next thing. We can't create from the old. We have to step out. We have to have another perspective. We have to see things from a different point of view, because everything is evolving and changing, and so must we, right? And ideally co-create from a place of unity, being the diversity in all of us, that there is space, there's more than enough for everybody. If any of you are getting into crypto big time, it's going to change the world. It's already changing the world. And again, don't get caught up in all the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and this polarity about, conspiracy theories and who's taking what and stealing what. I mean, that's happening everywhere. So it's not, that's not what crypto is about. And yes, some people are losing, but people lose money in the stock market or they get scammed all the time. So that's nothing new. And it's not just crypto that happens with. So just have an open eye, an open heart, an open mind, and have a wonderful week, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for joining me.